In this tutorial, I am going to be talking about this question: how can I attract more customers to my online business? This video includes some of the best skills and techniques to attract more customers to your online business. So if you're interested in knowing how to attract more customers online and generate more sales for your online business, keep watching. Hi, my name is Ashley. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button so you get alerted about new videos. Please make sure you like the video because that tells me you like the content, and I'll then create more content for you. Thank you, let's go. So to begin with, let me tell you, in order to get people to buy your products or services, you must solve a problem that they have. Sell your solution by understanding their perspective, being a valuable resource, and emphasizing positive customer experiences. Each of these techniques appeals to the customer with logic and emotion, both of which they need to make a decision. Technique number 1, sell the dream. Not everybody you're selling to will be interested in your product, but they're always interested in themselves. Creating a vision of what the prospect's life might be like when they purchase your product is a great place to start. Think about Nike's catchphrase, "Just do it," or Burger King's "Have it your way." These phrases don't tell you what they sell, they tell you what you can do with the things they sell. When I call on a VP of sales at a Fortune 500 company to sell her my firm's services, I certainly don't lead with, "Hi, I'm Jeff from Boston and I sell sales training and consulting products. I'd like to introduce my services. Is this a good time?" That isn't interesting to her or me, and it certainly doesn't make her curious to find out more. Instead, I do this. As soon as she picks up the phone, I say, "Hi, I got you live on my first dial, and when you hire me, I'll teach your sales reps how to do the exact same thing." Now I have her attention. You'll notice I didn't even introduce myself or describe my services. Instead, I've managed to gain her attention and plant the first seed of curiosity. Only after she's interested will I then take the time to introduce myself and my services. Now that she's actually listening, of course. If you sell copywriting services, you might look for errors on your prospect's website and email them with the corrections, adding, "As your copywriter, I'd ensure your site was 100% typo free at all times." If you provide leadership training, you might say, "It looks like you've been hiring a lot of middle managers lately. That often occurs when internal candidates aren't being properly developed. What would it be like to have an 80% internal promotion rate?" Technique number 2, pique their curiosity. Once you've gotten your prospect to agree to another call, your goal is to keep their attention. I use this strategy to do just that. At the beginning of the meeting, I'll say, "Before I forget, I want to ask you something related to our last conversation. Let's get into the agenda now, but will you remind me?" They'll say. "Sure, no problem." At the end of the call, they'll either ask, "Hey, what was that thing you wanted to talk to me about?" or they won't mention it. If it's the former, I know they're engaged and present. I've also managed to create a little intrigue. If it's the latter, I know they don't really care, and I should either try a different approach or move on. Wondering what to bring up, I usually ask something I actually want to know that's too short to include in the agenda, such as, "What percentage of your revenue comes from channel sales versus direct?" Technique number 3, used past successes, not failures, as your guide. I've always found it more instructive to focus on what went well and try to replicate specific successes rather than to dwell on mistakes. Our minds often behave like a search engine displaying the results that reflect your query. For example, if you Google "don't show me fast food restaurants," you are bound to get a massive list of fast food restaurants. Coincidentally, if you only focus on how things haven't worked in the past, then that's probably all you will ever see. The good news is that the same rule applies if you focus on the things that have already worked. One way to reinforce that mindset is to reach out to your current customers and ask about the things that got them interested in your offering. Look for trends in their responses and then reuse those successful approaches with future prospects. Who knows, they might say, "Hey, that's not why I took your meeting, I took it for this reason." The best answers for how to sell can usually be found from the people you have already closed. Whether you're an e-commerce shop, a small brick and mortar boutique, or a major retail chain, you should never overlook past customers and clients as a potential source of future revenue. In fact, it's often easier to remarket to your past clients than it is to generate new business leads. Your past customers are invaluable in that they already understand your product or service. They have had personal interaction with your brand, and they have likely developed an opinion about your product and its ability to satisfy their needs. Sometimes all that is needed is for your company to reintroduce itself, reminding the customer about your product. Other times you'll need to do some harder work, changing customers' opinions and perceptions about your product and its ability to satisfy their needs. Both of these paths achieve the ultimate objective of getting your past customers engaged with your brand again and purchasing your product or services. Consumer tastes can change overnight, leaving you wondering what happened. The best way to deal with this predicament is to survey past customers, asking for feedback about your product, service, pricing, support, and the primary reason for their change in purchase behavior. One survey software I would recommend for this is Survey Anyplace, as it provides a wide array of functionality for these types of customer surveys. Of course, you'll need to provide some motivation, such as free products or a large discount for customers to participate in your survey. It's hard to find past customers who are willing to participate for free. A customer survey will help you narrow down the primary causes for consumers' change in purchase behavior. This is invaluable information in that it helps you pinpoint any areas where your company can improve, helping to maximize customer satisfaction with your brand. If at any point you're looking for support and training in digital marketing, then I recommend you check out the Internet Business School website, the UK's leading internet marketing training provider. They offer a range of comprehensive courses covering all aspects of digital marketing. Just click the link in the description box below this video. Once you have a decent understanding of why previous customers have changed their purchasing behavior, you're equipped to develop your retargeting campaign. If during your customer survey you discovered a widespread problem or misinformation about your product or service, you can customize your retargeting campaigns to resolve these issues. Alternatively, if you discover that many past customers have merely forgotten about your brand, you can create a retargeting campaign that focuses on reintroducing your brand to them once again. In short, your retargeting campaign should focus on repairing any disconnect between the target audience and your brand. Obviously, the end goal of almost every remarketing campaign is to get more sales and boost your revenue. In order to implement an effective remarketing campaign, you need to target goals that are well informed by consumer research. The way in which you choose to communicate with your target audience can literally make or break your remarketing campaign. Some channels include letter, mail and brochures, visual media, radio, digital ads, campaigns, PPC or text and email outreach. Each channel possesses unique advantages and disadvantages, and this could be taken into consideration when you're planning your campaign. Each channel has different levels of media richness, speed of transmission, cost and adaptability to different mediums. The success of your remarketing campaign rests in the effectiveness of the communication channels you choose to use. You should consider both the content of your message and your target audience before settling on any one channel. You may also utilize several channels in order to enhance the communication of your message and the success of your remarketing campaign. In a digital world that bombards consumers with advertisements and promotions that compete for their attention, you need a way for your message to stand out from the competition. Your marketing message must pique the audience's interest and make them pay attention to your pitch. You can make use of the following tips to make your communication more engaging. Get to the point. Consumers have a low attention span. If you don't grab their attention within the first few seconds, you'll lose them. It's best to get right to the point rather than create a long build-up. Get to the gist of your message as quickly as possible, and you'll have a better chance of holding their attention. At worst, they got the elevator pitch and have a general idea about your product or service. Raise curiosity. A message that raises curiosity is a great way for you to pique the interest of your customers without providing too much information, which usually will lead to higher audience retention. Be careful though, because holding out for maximum anticipation can result in loss of audience attention. Offer a trial. Everyone loves a good offer, especially free trials or products, and your customers are no different. Free products, services or trial runs are a great way to grab the attention of your audience and re-engage your target target audience with your brand. Technique number 4. Enlist your prospect as a teacher. One of the fastest ways to earn engagement and interest is to understand the fact that your prospect wants to be respected and heard. Learn the opinion of the person you're speaking with and take that opinion seriously. Think of it this way: we'd all generally agree we don't talk to strangers, but if a stranger approaches you on the street and asks for help, you'll probably help them. We're wired to help others, so use that to your advantage when speaking with prospects. If you're having trouble getting your prospect's IT director on board, say, "We've got to have IT on board for this deal to close. How would you approach this person? What roadblocks do you foresee?" Use the information they give you to close the deal. Technique number 5. Create a sense of urgency. While I would never encourage you to use scare tactics to make the sale, creating a sense of urgency with prospects who are on the fence about your offer can be a helpful approach. Here are some ways you can create urgency to get your prospect to invest in your offer. Offer a short-term discount or incentive. Whether you provide a lower price for prospects who purchase by a specific end date or include a bonus offer by specific date, these offers can create a sense of urgency by rewarding decisive action with even greater value. Emphasize the immediate benefit of your product. You should have a solid understanding of the problem your prospect is trying to solve. Create a sense of urgency by emphasizing how the purchase of your product can provide an immediate solution or relief to their problem. Communicate scarcity. Knowing your offer is limited or only available for a short time can create a sense of urgency for buyers. Whether you are selling a product that is a limited edition or are selling a service that is only available to a specific number of customers, communicating these parameters during the sales process can entice buyers to make their purchase immediately. Technique number 6. Sell your key consumer benefit. The key consumer benefit, or KCB for short, is the primary benefit that a feature within your product provides to the customer. Now, this isn't a free pass to rattle off all the features of your product and ask your prospect to buy it. The KCB needs to be communicated from the perspective of benefit first. Here's what that looks like. Your sales team needs help closing their deals faster to keep their pipelines healthy. 67% of sales managers agree that a Sales Hub software helps reps close deals 3 times faster than reps who don't use software. We know this affects your bottom line, so there is software that lets you optimize and track that progress in real time. What types of decisions would you make if you had this kind of data? Notice the way this idea is structured. Instead of mentioning the problem first, I explain the need and justify it with something we can both agree on. Then I set up the feature with some data to build credibility and authority around my product. Finally, I emphasize with the prospect by referencing their bottom line, and I briefly mention the product I sell. I finished the statement by asking an open-ended question that invites the prospect to imagine themselves benefiting from the product. Thank you for watching, and be sure to let me know in the comments below the video which technique from this video you are going to use first. I would be interested to hear from you. So the next thing to do, if you want to accelerate your learning even further and develop your digital skills, make sure you go and click the link under the video now and visit the Internet Business School website, the UK's leading internet marketing training provider. They offer a range of comprehensive courses covering all aspects of digital marketing. They will give you all the training, skills and knowledge you need to create a profitable online business. If you are interested in that, which I hope you are, just click the link in the description box under the video and take a look at it. I hope you found this video useful. Please share it with your friends, like it and tell people about it. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button and please like the video. Just click the subscribe button below this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment under the video below and I will follow up with you. Thanks for watching.